Hola, Ciudad de Mexico. Buenos dias. Thank you so very much for having us here, and thank you for spending your day with us here. So Henry, thank you for introducing the concept of Business 4.0 to this team. So I am going to do two things. One is just set the stage for Business 4.0, which is TCS's thought-leading vision that can help our customers how to leverage the digital technologies in your growth and transformation initiatives. And Henry talked about how intelligent, agile, automation, and cloud are the four key pieces of technology that are the core underpinnings of this Business 4.0 vision that TCS has put out as a thought-leading point of view that can help customers with their growth and transformation initiatives over the next 5 to 10 years and beyond. So I am going to do three things. How is TCS preparing? Having put out this vision, how is TCS preparing itself to help our customers through their growth and transformation journeys? And that involves three key pieces, right? So we have the Business 4.0 as our thought leadership piece, and it means TCS has to re-architect its own services to be able to help our customers. So that is number one. Number two is the way services are delivered itself is transforming in a big way. How is the transformation of services rolling out in the world is the second piece that will inform our services strategy. And the third piece is customers, most of you here. Right? What are the expectations from the customers of TCS, and what should TCS do in order to help you with your growth and transformation initiatives? Those are the three key pieces that inform TCS's services strategy, and I am going to touch upon each one of those aspects in the next 12 minutes or so. So firstly, like I said, Business 4.0 is a thought-leading piece of vision. So what are we doing first? First, over the last 15 years or so, TCS's growth has largely been determined by our core service lines that many of you are very well aware of, such as BPS, infrastructure, enterprise applications, engineering services, and so on and so forth. Right? So given the Business 4.0 vision, which is a lot more about growth and transformation, which is a lot more about business outcomes, TCS has to cover a lot more ground rather than stick to the same 5 or 6 service lines that we earlier had. Right? And those service lines have to have newer methods of implementation, newer engagement models with our customers, and the associated steps that we need to take in order to produce outcomes that can differentiate you as a business. And those are some of the things that we have done, and I'll come to that in a short while. And secondly, in TCS's services strategy, in all of the new service lines that we have launched, as well as in our existing service lines, artificial intelligence and cloud are the core underpinnings. These are the key, the absolutely critical elements of every one of our newer service offerings that can deliver the growth and transformation that is so critical to the Business 4.0 vision. Right? So TCS also has the reference model for an enterprise, what we call as the real-time digital enterprise, that we look at it in 3 layers. The first one is the digital core layer, things such as your ERP systems, your CRM systems, the core systems that run the backbone of your company. Right? So we need to be able to re-architect the digital core or the digital spine of your companies so that they can become nimble, flexible, and agile to be able to transform to the Business 4.0 vision. The second layer is the intelligence layer, or typically called as the mid-office layer. That is the second piece. And the third piece is the front office, which is your customer-facing systems. Each one of these layers have to be transformed to be able to get into the Business 4.0 capabilities that Henry talked about. Right? And what does that mean? These new capabilities have to be driven to deliver cognitive capabilities. They have to be machine-first delivery models. We need to give technology the first right of refusal and completely eliminate most of the manual actions as much as we can. Not with a view to get cost out, but mostly towards improving your customer experience. Remove all the friction from where your company's offerings to your customers, wherever there are touch points. For example, if your call centers are not able to get your customers' calls answered within a few seconds, how do you improve that? So that's an example of what I mean when I say we need to eliminate friction. It's not about getting cost out, but it's about improving your customer experience. Similarly, as businesses, there will be periods when there will be heavy demand. For example, in retail businesses, during festival seasons, there will be a huge demand, and there may be periods when the demand may be lax. So you ought to be able to flex your capacity higher and lower depending on how the demand, and things of that nature. Right? The things that I showed at the left part of the slide, cognitive, elastic, lean, combinatorial, and experiential. Most of it is about your customer experience. And those are the things that we are delivering. In order to be able to do that, it's not only enough if we have service offerings that individually address the digital core, intelligence, and the experience layers, but it's important to have practices that cut across all three and make these three layers talk to each other in delivering that seamless customer experience that's so crucial to the Business 4.0 vision. Yeah. So that's the first element that I wanted to touch upon. The second thing is that the Business 4.0 is not just a thought-leading vision at this point. While it does talk about very futuristic concepts, very futuristic vision in terms of where your business can go to, customers who have been working with TCS as their core transformation partner are already seeing some early signs of success. And that is what I have tried to put out in this slide. So I will not go through each and every one of them, but if you look at Asda, I would like to pick up Asda, which is a major UK retailer as an example. They did every one of the four things that we talked about: the customer segmentation, embracing risk, leveraging ecosystem in delivering exponential value both to their customers and to themselves. And the way they did that, Asda as a retail chain, like most retailers, went through a lot of difficulties because of Amazon's onslaught, right? So their business started going down. So they had a lot of excess capacity by way of their warehouses, showrooms, and so on. And Asda partnered with TCS in terms of reimagining what is it that we can do to be able to address this issue. So we worked closely in partnership with Asda, and how do we help Asda grow and transform? We put together a Business 4.0 roadmap for them that actually helped them embrace risk in a big way. What did they do? They actually made their warehouses, their showrooms and retail stores available to their customers. Asda actually said, in the UK, you can purchase from any of our competitors. You can go to Marks and Spencer and purchase. You can go to any of the other retailers and purchase. But Asda stores will be your pickup points. And to Marks and Spencer and the other retailers in the UK, Asda made their warehouses and other logistics and the supply chain pieces of it available to them. Can you imagine anybody making their core logistics, supply chain, and the retail store space available to their competitors? But that's exactly what Asda did. But here is the exponential value piece. What did that result for them? Because competitors' customers walked into Asda stores, it increased their footfall by about 100 million customers. And each one of them, an average value of £4 is what they purchased. So in approximately about 40 million pounds of extra revenue Asda could produce last year, just by that. So to give you an example of what Business 4.0 means, we talked about customer segmentation, we talked about embracing risk, we talked about leveraging the ecosystem in delivering the exponential value. Hopefully you see the connection in Asda that I talked about, where it delivered on every one of these four Business 4.0 pillars. Like that, I can go on with each one of these case studies and explain to you how they did that. But the point I want to make is that Business 4.0 is not just a thought leadership academic vision statement at this point. TCS has actually partnered with many of our customers in multiple parts of the world in delivering some early success. So that is so important for all of you to understand. Now I'll quickly move on to the second element of what informs TCS's services strategy. So like I said, the services itself is transforming in a big way. most of our customers are now moving away from big monolithic ERP platforms, banks from big, large core banking and other systems that actually constrain them from being able to be nimble, agile, and be able to deliver on their customers' expectations seamlessly. So what that means is that many of these big monolithic systems are being continuously and consistently attacked, sliver by sliver, and replaced with very nimble and agile cloud-based solutions. And that means the services, the way in which these solutions are implemented, has to change in a big way. So this is what we call as services integration, where you look at what are the cloud services and other ready-made solutions that are already available in the market. How can we deliver that for the benefit of our customers, and then TCS be the integrator of those solutions in delivering the business outcomes for our customers. In so doing, what's happening is the delivery model that we are all very well aware of, which is the waterfall model, where we go into a 3-month requirement study phase, then a big design and specification phase, then the development, then the testing, and then we go live maybe 24 or 36 months later. That kind of a waterfall model, which we used to call as think, build, and operate phase, is slowly transforming into a broker, integrate, and orchestrate. As a solution integrator and orchestrator, TCS as your system integrator, we will look at what are the solutions that are readily available on the cloud, either from ourselves or from third-party cloud providers. How do we use this broker, integrate, orchestrate methodology to be able to deliver that for you for the quickest benefits? And how do we do that in an agile manner so that we don't have to wait for 36 months for you to go live and see business benefits? But how do we start seeing business benefits in month 2, month 3, and so on? The third piece is about the customer, the most important part. Given the challenges that practically every industry is facing because of the technology disruptions, customers today have a big need to be able to run their core business, business as usual, in the most efficient and productive manner possible, while investing the savings from that into their transformation initiatives. And predominantly, a lot of these are now driven by business heads directly. So by virtue of having involved with our customers over many, many years, TCS today has the contextual knowledge of the business of our customers to a degree where TCS is now a core piece in every one of the growth and transformation initiatives of our large customers. What that means is that customers increasingly expect TCS to be on the table for their biggest growth and transformation initiatives. TCS acts as the bridge between the IT and the business for most of our customers in their growth and transformation. So we have a unique opportunity as TCS to be able to serve our customers through the core constituency of CIOs, who's TCS's mainstay, through them to be able to deliver services to every one of the CXOs, CEO in case of mergers and acquisitions, for example, CFO, CMO. I'm showing a lot of those C-suite officers. We now have offerings that can serve the needs of every one of the C-suite executives of our customers. Those three pieces is what is coming together in this chart, what we call as the compact, cover, and combine strategy, where compact is all about running your business as usual, where we drive productivity, efficiency, automation, the machine-first delivery models, which are all about running your business as usual very productively and efficiently, but more importantly, to drive away the friction between your company's interfaces to your customers so that your customers get the fantastic experience in your business as usual. The second piece is the cover piece, where thanks to the digital technologies, how do you deliver digital technologies for your growth and transformation? And the third one, combine, is where issues of board level significance. You may be acquiring companies. You may be going through a big customer experience transformation program. Or you may be partnering with many of the ecosystem partners in putting together a consortium offering to many of your customers. All of those need to bring multiple business as usual services as well as the newer digital services together for issues of board level significance. So those are the three key pieces that form our services strategy. And that's what is shown here. Cognitive business operations, which is the first business group, which is about run the business. Digital transformation services, which is about transform the business, change the business, and consulting and services integration, which is all about putting these run the business and change the business services together in solving issues of board level significance for you as our customers. Right? So how does this all fit together? Like I said, there are a set of practices that we target individually at each one of the 3 layers. The digital core layer, there are 6 practices that we have today to address the digital core layer, 3 practices for the intelligence layer, and 3 further practices for the experience layer. Many of these leaders are today here with us in this room, so please take the opportunity to talk to them about their respective offerings. And equally importantly, there are offerings that cut across the length and breadth of these 3 layers so that we can look at those growth and transformation initiatives that make a seamless integration of these 3 layers for you as a customer. And that, in a nutshell, is TCS's services strategy. How does the Business 4.0 give a framework that gives a thought-leading vision, and what is it that we are doing to change our service offerings to help you deliver on that vision? How is the services transformation going on? And what are the core priorities for our customers, and how do we all bring it together in our services strategy through the business and technology services organization that I have the privilege of leading for TCS. Thank you all so very much for your time and attention.